You know, you need those causes, those inflammatory causes, those they're coming for your kids causes.
Well, even the military, right? Like there, you'll see a lot of the messaging right now with a lot of guys is that they're just, they feel that the military industrial complex is co-opted what it means to be an American and those core values and wanting to grow up to be a patriot and everything else, and now you're fighting wars that nobody wants to fight and everything else, so these younger generations don't want to enlist or they don't want to join the military. But because I thought recruitment was down.
Since Trump, December it was up, and then January it was even higher.
Okay. Well, I meant leading up to the election. I have no idea what it is.
Well, through the Biden presidency, it was terrible.
Because I would argue that if you really want to make a change, like even if you don't want to serve in like the military, again, your local community, I mean, be it firefighter, police officer, there are so many different ways that like first responders can really have a meaningful impact on their communities. And I know that the law enforcement community has had a pretty rough go at it in the last, 10, 15 years or whatever. But there's like, there's a lot of
last bit.
20 years, 30, 40, 50, whatever. But be the change, right?
Like, those guards in Skyrim are bitches. They've been doing this forever.
I mean,
did someone steal your sweet roll?
You might not be the guy that makes a big difference in the Rampart division of LAPD, but like if, rural America and stuff like that, people still really hold their law enforcement, sheriffs, everybody very like meaningfully as part of their community. So like you can still make a difference. I mean, there's a number of ways, but I don't know. I think a lot of people feel like they've kind of given up or they've lost hope. And I think that, you shouldn't have that kind of defeatist attitude. There's little things. Ounces equal pounds.
I don't hear that at all. In my world, everybody's like cheering and wearing Burger King crowns. Like everybody's so fucking hyped that they're like vibrating. Like it's like your team won the World Series and then your other team came and won the NBA Finals and you're just on a hot fucking streak. Your college alma mater won the championship.
You're the team, whatever that hockey thing is.
Yeah, the other team, their stadium burned down. The other team's stadium burned down and their coach got cancer. Like this is like the best year ever for the people in my world. Like this would be like if Nick Saban was raped by a bulldog to death. Like an actual, like a pack of rabid bulldogs raped Nick Saban to death. And it was televised.
If Tim Tebow fell in the Everglades and was eaten by an alligator? Would that
oh my God, that would be so wonderful. If he was doing some sort of bullshit, I'm going to throw a football through a hoop over a tank of alligators and he fell in and they ate him.
They tore him to pieces.
No, they paralyzed him and he'd be all positive about it and be like, this is what God wanted for me.
You know what? He would be positive about it. So a little respect.
He'd be so
respect
positive
on his name there.
Fuck him. I don't care.
He'd have a
more
big jacked upper body.
I'm sorry. I take college football too seriously. It was a painful time.
Richard mentioned patriotism, which we can all appreciate. And the most patriotic thing happening today is the USA facing Canada in the championship match of the Four Nations Cup. Richard,
23 short minutes away.
Not at all?
Not
you didn't
all.
watch? You were the one person who wasn't watching that game?
I guess.
Man,
my chat asked me 600 times if I saw the game. I think they were trolling me at some point. Like,
is it good?
It was great.
Yeah, the game was good. I didn't see it. I saw the opening 9 seconds though.
So I'm a non-hockey fan, but it seems like what they did was got rid of their all-star game, and they did like a 4-country tournament. And now the U.S. is playing Canada for the championship tonight in 20 minutes or so. And obviously there's huge tension between USA and Canada because of Trump and the tariffs, et cetera. So they've been booing our anthem at like non-championship games. like anytime like the U.S. anthem plays in Canada, they boo it, and we boo theirs. So opening the game up at the last, we already beat Canada once, like I said, but they did make it to the championship, so we're playing them good tonight. But in the previous round, when we played Canada, they began the game with like 3 slobber knocker fights, and we beat the shit out of some Canadian players and then beat them in the game. And then Trump's tweeting about it. He's like, "One more loss, Governor Trudeau, and the U.S. takes Canada."
Love it.
Yeah, so championship is tonight. I have high hopes for the US of A. We're a solid team. Not to say Canada's not. It's anyone's game. I would guess.
Oh,
I don't know how much like home ice advantage matters here, but it's in Boston, and so you're going to have Americans.
I'm looking at the money line. It's even. They're both minus 110.
Oh, right.
Oh, wow.
Or to ESPN. Oh.
The line is set at 5.5 goals. Hopefully it'll be high scoring. That'll be fun. I'm going to be
Taylor, what's your score prediction?
Ooh.
I made mine already. I'll tell you after.
I'm going to say 4-2 USA.
I said 5-3. Okay.
Better bet. How many fights? Plus or minus 3?
See this. Ooh.
Minus.
Plus
definitely,
or minus.
Definitely minus.
No, that's not. That's too easy. Plus or minus 3.5.
Minus.
Also minus. We both chose under that.
So in the
less than 3. Less. All right. Too easy.
Yeah. Woody, we're rolling on our predictions here. No. So basic. So something that can change in championship games or in like really high stress games is you might not want to fight as much, especially because the Kachuk brothers who got in our fights, they're really good players. And so in that game, it made sense for them to do it and amp everybody up. But the intensity is already pretty high in this game. And we don't want to be losing Matthew Kachuk or Brady Kachuk through big segments of the game. And so I can see them starting. It's going to be a very physical game. There's going to be a lot of heavy hitting, but barring a dirty hit, I wouldn't be surprised to not see any fights.
Yeah, Taylor, you just really don't know what you're talking about here.
That's fair.
Stuff. I think we're going to see a minimum of 3 fights tonight.
In the first 9 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to tie.
But there may be a fight like as soon as they.
I hope there is. I hope you're right.
As soon as they toss the puck, as they say.
That is exactly what they say.
Canada starts a fight right at the start, loses it, but gets the instigator penalty.
If we get an instigator early on, that would be incredible. And all
Canada
we need,
let them start the fight, lose the fight, serve the penalty.
We need one of our guys to just like go against hockey morality, which would be like Kyle, if I was on Team USA and you're on Team Canada and you're talking shit to me at the face-off and you're like, you want to go, bub? And I'm like, yeah, let's fucking throw down. But the ref can't hear us. And then the game starts and you throw and like they do the face-off and I act as though I'm just playing, but you've already thrown your gloves down and you start approaching me. I just have to look back at you like, oh, get this goon away from me. And keep trying to play. And they'll be like, hey, you instigator, you're in the box. But that's unbelievably frowned upon in hockey culture. You can't like accept a fight and then turn it down.
Spoiler, Taylor, Shorzy does that, and it's amazing.
Yeah, there you go.
You need to watch it. You're gonna love that show so much. Please give it another try.
I will give it a go.
Yeah, well, I hope the boys have been antagonizing the Canucks all week. Then I hope they've been like sending them weird pictures of like jerking off with maple syrup to their girlfriends and stuff. What
a terrible thing to jack off.
Yeah,
no, it works.
Yeah. It's hard. It's like
you just got to be quick before it gums up.
You want the gum? No, it doesn't. No, you want it gummy. You got to use a lot of friction to heat that maple syrup up and get it viscous. All right, you got to lower that viscosity.
Cheese fountain by maple syrup ejaculation station.
That's like a guaranteed yeast infection for her.
Wait a minute. You got girls involved in this? You're not a true gamer, all right?
No, this is just for the boys
over here.
Just for America, really. But yeah, I'm gonna be checking the highlights throughout the night, hoping that they post the good ones quickly on social media. I really hope America wins. That would be so awesome to win. I cannot believe what a fucking home run the NHL hit with this event. Like it's if they go back to regular All-Star break next year, everyone's going to be pissed because shit
it's a big deal.
Literally, if they did a hardest shot competition during one intermission and then like a most accurate shot during the other intermission, that would cover every good thing in the All-Star game. You get this intense game and then you get the hardest shot competition. Boom.
I like the racing, but
the racing.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite skill competitions with the top speed laps around the ring.
I would take speed and hardest shot. I care about hardest shot more than accuracy. Because half the time hardest shot is like, all right, we're bringing up Dvorak Dviknovic, who plays in the minor leagues, and he's 6'11", and he's really bad, but he hits it hard. And then he just
They used to do the thing where they just did almost like penalty shots, where you skate in on the goalie, and people would do really clever things that blew my mind. I don't know if that still happens.
Every once in a while they did. A couple of years ago they did that, but I hope they never go back. This is so much more fun to watch. I know I'm the only hockey guy here. other than Woody. Woody
I was
knows
like,
the sport. He just doesn't watch it as much. Yeah,
They don't watch it. All right, that's fair. But
So
I was
that's
like,
what I
I
mean.
got a lot of hours. I was in like 3 leagues at a time.
Yeah, you understand hockey. You're just not big on watching it, which is fair. You enjoy watching basketball, and it's the same fucking season. But yeah, it's one of those things that like, if America wins this tonight, like a lot of people in America will be stoked, but Canada will be absolutely devastated. Like I think like a third of their population watched the game. That wasn't even the championship. It was just the U.S. versus Canada in the earlier one. Like millions and millions of people watched it in Canada, which is a lot of them. And so, yeah, that would be great. Just a little victory for the US of A, a little changing of the guard. No longer will it be thought of that Canada's the undisputed #1 team in the world. No, now there's a new contender. Now America's in the mix. So that's going to be fun. Hopefully we don't get blown out.
I know how happy it makes you.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's the only sport I enjoy watching because, like, I'll watch football and be like, this is kind of fun. And then, like, I won't know where to look when the play is unfolding because I, like, Kyle, it's not that I'm retarded. It's that I'm not noticing all the things
put a
that I
glowy circle around the football for you, maybe.
No.
I mean,
It's not that I can track the football. That's much bigger and travels much slower than a puck. It's that when I'm watching hockey, I'm noticing what the players around the puck are doing, and I can see a play set up. Whereas when I'm watching football, I'm like, all right, this is pretty overwhelming. All right, he got it, and he got tackled. There we go.
I remember Fox did that back in the day to hockey. That's why I said it.
They did. People hated it.
Dude, yeah. For me, though, all right, you got to remember, though, is TVs were so shitty back then that you were, especially me, because I was a kid, I was on this little tube TV, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? It's just a bunch of little fuzzy guys running around. So putting that like glowy circle on the puck, now you could follow the game. And
I'm the only hockey guy who thought it was good situationally. And here's my take on it. I might even win Taylor over. When the view of the puck is obscured by the boards, I want the glowy thing back. I want to be able to see through the boards. Like let's say it's on the near side, right? And the cameras are not getting it properly.
Oh, yeah.
Just show me where that puck is, like digitally. I would like that.
Okay.
The NFL would handle that.
I can see that's actually a really good point. When they're like in a scrum and it's getting kicked back and forth and you can never really tell from that angle. That I actually like that. I like
technology being.
I thought I might win you over, but I thought the odds were like 1 in 10. I'm feeling
that was good. I didn't have that in my head, and I was like, oh, it would be good to see because so often you can't tell. You're just having to look at their eyes where they're looking. There's no other way to tell.
I like when they integrate tech in. I think they're going to eventually do away with the umpires for a lot of the stuff they're doing in baseball. The NFL has tons of electronics on the field, like those pylons have sensors in them, and that whole camera system above the field that's zipping around on a wire. That's so good. Like it used to be kind of janky. It's so good.
Tennis does it really well. The Hawk, I think it's called the Hawkeye system, and it's basically perfect. Like perfect. They'll show you what the ball did through this like digital rendering, and then if you see the replay, it's the same. And in tennis, if it's on the line, it's in, and if it's beyond the line, it's out. Sometimes it's really close. You know, they're aiming far as they can without going out, and the Hawkeye does
ball when it hits the ground like smushes and makes this not sphere shaped smush on the ground.